Hello, this is AstrologerCoach Sonja Francis, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming full moon on March 8th and Mercury going retrograde again on March 12th until April 4th. So let's start out with the full moon. So the full moon is all about balance, finding a balance between the energy that was initiated and put forth during the new moon and now the opposite energy coming forth during the full moon, wanting to be integrated and wanting to find this sense of balance and wholeness. Now during the new moon, it was all about the Pisces energy, which is all about the heart, it's all about feelings, it's all about our spirituality, our connection to our intuition, to our sense of inner wisdom and our higher guidance. And it's all about compassion and acceptance and being very present in the moment. Now Virgo now wants to be assertive and wants to say, well, wait a second, what about me? I'm important too, because I'm the analytical mind here. I'm the awareness of, what needs to happen, and I'm sort of like guiding you towards more a realistic sense of what works and what doesn't. And that energy really wants to be asserted now. So within ourselves, we need to find the balance between our logical mind and our intuitive heart place. So we also are going to maybe experience this balance in our outer world, where we need to find a way to find balance between a person that holds the mind energy and another person who holds the heart energy. So either way, whichever one we're holding in the moment, someone else might be holding this other energy to mirror back to us what the balance needs to be and what we need to pay attention to. So that's sort of the balance that needs to be created during the full moon on March 8th. And the exact time of the full moon will be at 4:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is the East Coast time in the U.S., and 1:40 a.m. Pacific Time, which is the West Coast time in the U.S. So the other thing about this full moon is that the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, which is the planet of communication. And during the full moon, that planet is going to be stationing. And that means that it's going to slow down tremendously right before it starts its retrograde phase on March 12th. So the station will happen between March 8th and March 15th. That's when the planet is slowing down a lot and also coming to a halt. And so whenever a station happens, the energy of that planet becomes more exalted, and we're becoming more aware of that planet's energy in our lives. So Mercury rules and represents all the things that have to do with communication, sharing, listening, speaking, teaching, selling, buying, and also it has to do with public transportation. So we might get a sense that these kind of things are going to be in our faces during that time, and there's some kind of an awareness that's going to happen around how we communicate, what we say to people, what we hear from people, how things land for us. But also our inner dialogue might be more present to us at this time. We might be more aware of how we speak to ourselves. What are the kind of things that we're saying to ourselves? So during the Mercury retrograde, we're going to get a chance to ask ourselves some different questions and to reassess our own thinking process a little bit. And so this is actually a very beautiful time, because it gives us the time to slow down a little bit and go, okay, so what is it that my conditioned mind keeps telling me all the time? And is this really serving me? And is this really what I want to be thinking about myself, or about the world, or about other people? So we're really getting a chance to sort of like rethink our conditioned patterns, that we have, our conditioned thinking patterns. And the other thing that we can also do during a Mercury retrograde is that we can reconnect with old friends. We can reconnect with old clients or people that we've been working with in the past. It's a great time for that. And it's also a great time to kind of rethink our life a little bit, to think about, where am I in my life, and is this where I want to be, and is this where I need to, is this the path that I want to follow for myself? So there's a lot of really great things that can happen during Mercury retrograde if we allow that, if we allow ourselves to slow down with our thinking, if we allow ourselves to tap into our intuitive place and into our inner wisdom and just rethink, what is it that we want? How do we want to use our mind? How do we want to use it so that it serves us best? The other thing that's happening during this Mercury retrograde phase is that it will be aligning with Uranus 3 times because of the retrograde phase. And this alignment with Uranus is very much about us needing to really break free from our old habits, from our old roles that we've been stuck in for a long time. And we really want to break free, and we want to just kind of like move to a new level, get into a new place with our own evolution, and create new thinking patterns. And this is really going to speed things up a little bit, because Uranus is a very fast moving planet, and Mercury is going to be in Aries. So this will be a very fast moving energy as well. So again, this fast moving energy is really going to want us to push forward, and it's almost like there's no turning back. We need to step into our new role. We need to step into a new future, and we need to follow this this evolutionary road that brings us to a higher place, that brings us to a better life. And with Pluto being in the mix as well, this whole year, squaring Uranus, it will also, of course, square Mercury during this retrograde phase a couple of times. And so there's really going to be this sense of needing to grow, needing to stretch, needing to really create a world where we can push and move forward, but at the same time also where we can stay committed to what's important to us, and to being really truthful to who we are and what we're passionate about. So this is going to be kind of a new experience and a new stretch. And whenever there's change, whenever there is growing, whenever there's something new that enters our lives that's unfamiliar to us, there's going to be fear and discomfort. And the reason why I want to talk about that a little bit is because we're going to feel that to a certain extent. We're going to be uncomfortable, and from time to time, we're going to be scared. So I just want to say that, it's important to understand that that's normal, and that's organic, and that's part of a growing process. And if we can stay with the discomfort, and if we can allow ourselves to feel the fear, but to still move forward anyways, and to not give up, and to keep moving forward into this new place, into this new evolutionary change that is happening for all of us, then we can really arrive at the end of the journey. We can arrive at a place where life is going to be really amazing for us, where we're really going to come to a place where we feel much happier with ourselves, with our lives, with the people around us, and we're going to grow on so many levels. We're going to have a much more grounded experience in who we are, and we're going to have much more joy in our hearts. We're going to be able to express ourselves more truthfully. So there's a lot of really wonderful things that are waiting for us at the end of this journey. But we need to take the journey, and we need to be able to be uncomfortable for a little bit so that we can get to that place. So be really kind to yourself, and be really passionate about going to this better place, so that you can create a better life for yourselves, for yourself and for other people. And just know that this happens all on a global level and on an individual level. So it's really not just something that happens, to countries and to the world and to the earth, but it's also something that happens to each one of us. So just be kind when you experience someone having fear and discomfort, and be kind to yourself when you yourself experience that, and try to support each other as best as possible, because we're all going through this. And so we all need to kind of open our hearts, as well as open our minds, to understand that this is a journey we're all taking together right now. All right, so this is pretty much the full moon and the Mercury retrograde that's coming up. So have a wonderful full moon, and I will get back to you and talk to you again in a couple of weeks. Please feel free to follow my weekly blogs that I post every Sunday on my website. That's www.astrologercoach.com/blog. And if you have any questions around the Mercury retrograde or the full moon, please feel free to email me at Sonja, that's SONJA, @astrologercoach.com. All right, you have a good one. This is Sonja Francis, Astrologer Coach. Bye-bye.